Hello everyone, myself Kishalay Ghosh. I am from West Bengal, Kharagpur. I am a Bachelor of Science and a diploma holder in civil engineering, and I have served almost 26 years in Indian construction industry. So today I have came up with a subject that is building construction and practice. It is taught in first and second year of diploma in civil engineering courses, also in Bachelor of Science course. So the I will discuss the course plan now. So the course plan is like that. First is introduction, that is for 3 hours almost. Then functional planning of building, that is we have to do planning before starting construction. So that is for 4 hours. Functional requirement of building and its components. Then it is for 2 hours. Then the requirement is material of construction, the materials required for construction, that is for 7 hours. Then it is a very important chapter of soils, their investigation and testing. So before starting the foundation of a building, we have to test the soil, whether it is suitable to bear the load of the building. We have to calculate the bearing capacity of that soil. Next is chapter number 6, foundation. Here we will discuss about different foundation of buildings in different design. Then the next is masonry construction. Masonry construction is mainly where we will deal with the brickwork, that is for 6 hours almost. Frame structure and partition. There will be different partitions in a building. It may be a aluminium framework, maybe a glass framework, glass in a framework, like that. Any material what you are using, we will discuss in that chapter. Next is damp prevention and fire protection. That is also a very important chapter. Damp is coming up from the soil, we will arrest it in the plinth level itself. So that is a very important part in a construction of a building. Then the next one is arches and lintels. Lintels we are using mainly over openings like doors and windows. It may be an arched window or door. So all these things will be discussed in this chapter. Then it is ground floor and upper floor. Your building may be a multi-story, maybe a double story. So after ground floor, any floor above the ground floor will be discussed in this chapter, how it can be constructed, all these things. Then it is vertical transportation. Definitely a vertical transportation is very important part of a multi-story building, whether lift will be provided or not, emergency staircase, all these will be discussed in this chapter. The next one will be door and windows. Definitely be different openings will be there in a building. Doors, windows, types of door windows will be discussed in this chapter. Then roof and roof covering. Different types of roofs can be provided. It may be a sloped roof or a plain roof, will be discussed in this chapter. Next one is miscellaneous structures, which you are using generally in factories and all, chimneys or a fireplace in a cold area, maybe in Jammu and Kashmir. All these special structures will be discussed in this miscellaneous structures chapter. Chapter number 16 is building finishes. Building finishes generally starts from plastering and then painting, false ceiling, false flooring. All this will be discussed in this chapter. Then it is plumbing services. Plumbing services consists of sewer lines, water supply line. All these arrangement will be discussed in this chapter. Then it is acoustic and sound insulation. Definitely if it is an office building, then some acoustic insulation to be done, or maybe a dormitory, or maybe a auditorium where acoustic insulation has to be done. All these things will be discussed here. Then ventilation, air conditioning and thermal insulation. Ventilation, air conditioning and thermal insulation is very important part of a building. Proper ventilation has to be provided in a building. Air conditioning has to be done, and if in a cold place you have to provide thermal insulation also. All these things will be discussed. Then it comes anti-termite treatment, wood joinery, structural steel work, and cement concrete. Anti-termite treatment is a very important part of the building. Otherwise, wooden doors and windows may get affected. The chapter number 21 is temporary supporting structure and concrete construction. Temporary supporting structures means the structures which we have to provide it have to be provided at the time of construction, like scaffolding work, shuttering work, how to do it. All these things we can get in this chapter. Then the chapter number 22 is construction management, control, valuation, and demolition of building. Construction management, how to manage that project, how to do the construction work in through proper control without any wastage of material, manpower, and in optimum cost. That will be in that chapter. Then demolition of building. Any project when we are starting, that there may be some old structures, we have to demolish that one first, then only we can start the new one. So that will be discussed in demolition of building. Lastly, all the construction equipment what we are using in multi-story building project or any project, any tower crane, builder hoist, like that, all this equipment, regarding those equipments, it will be discussed in the last chapter. So let us start the chapter 1. That is functional planning of building. So we have to plan before starting a construction. So that we'll discuss in this chapter. First is site selection. Site selection is a very important part. We have to select a proper site for a residential building. So some points are there that we have to keep in mind before selecting that site. So number 1 is area should be fully developed or fast developing to secure happy living condition on the basis of extent of privacy desired, where neighbors are social and friendly. This is point number 1. It's an important one. Then various community services like clearing of waste from road, drains, utility services like transportation, gas, schools, hospital, shopping facilities should be available nearby. It is very essential part. The site shouldn't be irregular in shape or having any sharp corner. It should be at elevated place to avoid water logging in monsoon. It is a very common thing. It should be in elevated place. Otherwise, water logging can be there in monsoon. Irregular shape. If the plot is irregular in shape, then land will be wastage of land will be there. So we should avoid that one. Then soil should be soft rocky type, or maybe a sandy or firm soil below 2 to 3 feet below the ground level, because you should have a firm soil on which you will place your foundation. Otherwise, it should have the required bearing capacity. So that we have to take care of. Then obstruction free from natural light and air. The area should be obstruction free from natural light and air. There should not be any big building around, so that natural air and light we can get easily in that place. Obviously, greenery and landscape, if surrounding there it is there, then it will be added advantage, but we are not getting much nowadays. In everywhere it is not available, that greenery and landscape. Then the last thing what we have to keep in our mind, that is unhealthy, noisy, crowded localities, rivers carrying heavy flood we should avoid, industrial vicinity having smoke, obnoxious odor, quarries, factories, etc. to be avoided nearby. So these are the minimum requirement at the time of site selection. So the next one is site plan. The plan should be prepared before construction of the house. In the site plan, any permanent boundaries or marks existing should be indicated. The boundary of the plot, shape of the site, and exterior houses should be mentioned in and around the plot, not inside, around the plot. Name and width of the street of the road or the road with grade elevation at center line should be indicated. Center line of the road to be indicated, because there will be some regulations that you have to keep your building that much meter or feet away from a building, so that should be mentioned. Elevation should be there. Your building should not be lower than the, at least from the lower level of road. Your plinth level should be same level with the road, existing road in front of the building, or otherwise it may be a bit upper, to avoid the water logging in the monsoon. Direction of prevailing wind and north line to be provided. Building restriction as per local government authorities to be take care of which for which the site may get affected. Building restriction like height of the building, if it is nearby aerodrome, then definitely there should be some restriction regarding the height of the building. The area to be covered inside your plot, the open place to be kept vacant in your plot, that has to be maintained as per the regulation. Size and location details of gas line, underground drainage, water mains, manholes, fire hydrants, all has to be mentioned. Otherwise, at the time of excavation, it may fall with our construction, at the time of construction work. So all this has to be indicated in the plot plan. Now we will discuss with the minimum provisions of size, height and ventilation of a building. So here now we will get one plot plan which is there. We'll discuss a bit about that. So here it is already drawn. So the minimum room size should be 10 feet by 10 feet. This is a 10 feet by 10 feet room. So that is, if it is single room building, 1 BHK. Generally nowadays we are telling it 1 BHK. So it should be 10 feet by 10 feet minimum. And if we'll go for the second one, then we can keep a bit lower area for that second room. That is 9 meter by 9 meter. This is 9 meter. See, this is 9 feet. Sorry, 9 feet. This is 9 feet. This is 10 feet by 10 feet. The second one we can keep 9 feet by 9 feet. If the first one is 10 feet by 10 feet. So this is the second room. It is a drawing room. This is 9 feet by 9 feet. We have kept one veranda that is 4 feet width and 9 feet long. People are entering from here. So this is the gate of your plot. So then this is the drawing room. Then comes the kitchen. Kitchen minimum width should be 6 feet. We have to keep 6 feet minimum, and this side is 9 feet. I have already discussed. This is 9 feet. So with the kitchen we are providing the dining also. So including kitchen and dining, it should be 100 square feet. It should not be less than 100 square feet. So it is there 9 feet here, and it is 5 feet and 6 feet, 11 feet. So 99 square feet it is there. So we are providing the dining space here. Here it is a door to go inside the kitchen, and this one may be open. Nowadays open kitchen is very useful. Then it is the drawing room. Here, from here your sofa and all can be placed here. This is a TV you can place here. So like that you can use this hall, big hall, for any type of function. So from kitchen also, your ladies in the houses, they can watch TV directly from here. So that is the purpose of this plan. So the next one is we can provide, this is the bathroom. The bathroom is 4 feet. Width of the bathroom should not be less than 4 feet. So this is 4 feet by 3 feet. That is the water closet. We'll keep it 4 feet. 4 feet by 4 feet. Only water closet. Water closet means commode. Natural. Generally we are calling it commode. So this is a wash basin, and this is a bathroom. You can keep a door in that is separated with a wall, because it will be useful. So then entry of this bathroom may be from this side or maybe from this side. You can the both provisions are there. We can keep one side closed. So then it is the second bedroom. Here is the opening, door opening. From here we can go inside. That is also a 10 feet by 10 feet room. So this is a model of 2 bedroom hall and kitchen, 2 BHK plan. So this is a line diagram. So this is the preliminary sketch we have provided here. Then we can develop it further. So that is the thing we are discussing today. That's all for today. I will take it up in the next class for the next part of the chapter. Thank you.